Hello everybody and welcome to Scripting C# in Unity. Today we are gonna check for tags and we're gonna work with angles and movement. We're gonna create two scripts, and the first script is gonna be a script that will make this cube face this sphere and start moving towards it, so you could consider it as a follower script. We will make the object find it by tag instead of making a script and then dragging the object into a field in the script. We will just make the script find the object for us. And the second script that we are going to make is that this cube is going to check if the sphere is within 15 degrees in front of him, and if that's so, it will move forward and only forward. So let's start right off. We're gonna start by creating a C# script, and we're gonna call this follower. And we're gonna open it in Mono Develop. So let's delete this, and we will start out with making a private variable this time. And it's going to be game object, and that's going to be our target. And the second thing we're going to make is we're going to create a private boolean, and we're going to call that object found, and it's going to be false. We actually do not have to put this here because by default a boolean is false, but I just put it here to make things a little bit clear. So we're gonna start it with the void start. There we go. And we're gonna set a target. So our target is gonna be game object dot find object with tag. Make sure it's not objects with tag, because that will return an array and that won't work. So, and our tag is gonna be target. So how do tags work? If you go to Unity and you click on your object, you will see up here on top tag. And as you can see, I have already set it to target. For you guys, target will not be in any of these lists. Those over here, those 7, those will be in your list, but this one won't. And to do that, you just click add tag and put it into this field over here. And then you go back to your sphere and you put it to target. So what it will do, the script, it will search for a game object that got this tag, and that will bind it to target. So, and now we need to check whenever the script has found a target or not, because otherwise we will get problems later on in the script, because if this does not have any reference because it couldn't find something with target tag, it will become null, and you cannot do anything with null. You will get a null pointer or a null reference error. So that's where we're gonna use this boolean for. So we're gonna check if target is true. So that means if it contains something. And if that's true, we're gonna say object found equals to true. And if it's not, to prevent the error, we still want to know if it found it or not, we're gonna say debug.log, and we're gonna say that we could find no target, so no target found. You can put any message you want here, but I think this one is the most clear, because that's actually the only thing that can go wrong here. So that's it for the start function. So we got a target now. And now we want to check in our update function, so update, and we want to check if object found is true. And when it is true, we want it to look at the sphere and move towards it. So first we want to set the rotation of our transform, and it needs to be equal to the angle, the current angle it has, and then the amount it is from the other one. So we're gonna do that by saying let's say quit, and we say look rotation, and then we're gonna say that it needs to get a target, and we need to get a transform, and then we need to get its position. And we're gonna say minus the our own transform dot position. So what we got now, we got two vectors, and if you subtract them from each other, you will get the difference, and this difference will be a certain line. So you will get a triangle, and you can, and this is actually gonna create the angle. It's gonna give us the angle of it, and that will we will put that into our rotation, so we know on which angle our target was. And then we want our transform to move forward, so we're gonna say transform dot translate, and we are gonna say vector 3 dot forward times time dot delta time, and we use delta time here so that it will not translate forward 1 unit every frame, because that will just create almost, at least on my PC, an instant travel towards the object. So this way we will make it that it will move 1 unit every second. So we're going to save this script and go back to Unity, and we're going to put our follower script on our sphere. As you can see, it's here, and as you can see, we cannot drag anything in here. So let's check this. So if I press play, it should face with the blue arrow towards the sphere and move towards it. There we go. And somehow my sphere went inside of it. Did I put it on the wrong one? Let's see. Where did it go wrong? Oh, right. That one is target, and somehow it's still doing this. See what the difference was. There we go. Well, if you guys can find out what I did wrong there, I couldn't see it that fast, but I think I misspelled something somewhere. But as you can see, it is just following our sphere around the scene. our second script is going to be the script that's going to check if it is in 15 degrees in front of us. So we're going to create a new script, and we're going to call this follower charge. I'm going to open it in Mono Develop, and we start off by clearing this. And for this one, we can actually just copy paste our first one, because we're gonna make it find our target by script again, and then we're gonna make here the update function. So we say void update, and we're gonna check again if it's object false, so we can get that object found, sorry, and we're gonna just delete this in between here, because it will just do the same thing. And this time we are gonna create, we're gonna use an absolute value. So to do that, we're gonna first make an if statement, and we're gonna use the class mathf.abs, and it will give us an absolute value. So negative numbers will become positive, and because it doesn't matter if it's negative 15 or positive 15, so we can just take the positive value, and this will create a negative value and will become a positive value. So we're going to use that, and in here we're going to use vector.3.angle, and the angle needs two vectors which will become our positions, and the first position we have is gonna be our target dot transform dot position minus transform dot position, and then we wanted to check it from the forward, so the difference between the forward. So we're going to say transform dot forward. There we go. So this will return the amount of or angle. So, and then we are gonna check if it's lower or equal to 15. And if that's true, we're gonna say transform dot translate, and it's gonna be vector 3 dot forward times time dot delta time. That's gonna be it. So go back to Unity, and for this we will just disable the follower script and put our new script in there. There we go. So if we press play now, it will do absolutely nothing unless I move in front of it. Switch in front of it. There we go. The reason why it is stopping here already is that the closer it will be to our target, I can show you that with, for example, the camera. Put that away, otherwise it will follow. There we go. And if I would put our camera and I would put the viewpoint on 15, I could actually just put that on our cube. And what this will actually do is, this cone here is 15 degrees now. So you can actually see that when if it's like very close to it, it will fall outside those lines, and then it won't be within the 15 degrees anymore. So that's the reason why it stops that fast. So yeah, if you found out what I did wrong here, I will probably already found out by the time this is uploaded to YouTube, but just to make sure you pay attention to, yeah, you can get credits for it in the next video for finding out the mistake I made, and I hope you learned something. If you learned something, please press the thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. If you want to watch more of my lessons, you can check my channel out, and please subscribe. And thank you for watching, and take care. Goodbye.